You may look at me or at the camera.
I'm gonna look at you. I did look at the camera before. If you keep moving, I'm gonna look like a psychopath. You should probably stop swinging.
Do whatever you want
just for
to
focus purposes.
And just be like, it's in focus. It's not in focus. It's lit. It's not.
Oh, this is lit. I'm glad we only share one brain cell.
Maybe we should tell Ashley to not come, because then we'll have to share between.
Dang, you're right. People. Yeah, one brain cell, 4 people. Oof.
Okay, who are you?
Hi, I'm Madeline Maria Saldana, but you can call me Maddie. Most people do. I'm awkward as hell.
It sounded like you were going to be like, and here's my social security number.
And here's my social security number. 1, I'm very old.
I don't look it though.
I don't look it though.
How do you express yourself?
Through a lot of the arts. I sing, and I write poetry, and I talk a lot, sometimes more than I should. I express myself, funnily enough, I can sometimes express myself through media that I consume, because I find pieces of myself in characters that I read about or watch, and it can be a fun way to express myself by watching and then discussing it with other people.
What are your passions?
My passions? I was gonna say something stupid like, I'm a peach farmer. That's not stupid though. Peach farming is very important to this economy. But my passions, again, is what usually in the forms that I express myself. My passions are singing, dancing, acting, having fun with friends, making people laugh, making people smile, making people cry their eyes out. I mean, on stage, I don't like doing that in like everyday life. It can get a little messy sometimes, but my passions, basically to have a positive impact on other people. That is my passion.
Who/what inspires you?
My friends inspire me a lot, because every single one of my friends is so amazingly talented and is pursuing their dreams in their own way, in small things and large scale like opportunities, and all of my friends have never ceased in their search for happiness, which really inspires me to keep going, because I can get discouraged pretty easily. When I was growing up, I was like told that I was good at a lot of different things, and so I grew up expecting a lot of myself, and so sometimes if something isn't going right, I'm like, well, I can fall back on these other things, maybe I should just stop this for a while, but what's the point? You won't grow if you don't, and a lot of my friends have taught me that.
What do you pride yourself on?
That we might be here a while. I don't think I've prided myself on something in a while. A couple of stories that I've written, I really pride myself on those. I liked the way they turned out. Some paintings. It's a lot of work that I've actually have tangible. My my capstone project, I'm very proud of that. That was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of work. It was a lot of tears, a lot of stress, but everybody that experienced it had a great time. So they said that it was a good project, so I would say that I pride myself on all of the things that I have created. Maybe not all of the things, but most of the things. Okay.
Is there anything you regret not doing?
I regret not doing better in school. I know that my goal for academia was to just scrape by, because like classwork wasn't really my passion. I don't think it's most people's passion, but it's important because there's a lot of opportunities that aren't available to me because I didn't do as well as I should have. And it's just kind of disappointing because I had the aptitude to do really well in a lot of different fields, and I just didn't. So, yeah.
Do you ever feel inauthentic?
Yes. Actually, when I first arrived at college, I actually felt pretty authentic. And then when everybody started to fall into the rhythm of things, I had my first like really bad depressive episode. And so, but I still wanted to make people feel good and make them smile. So there would be plenty of weeks, sometimes even months, where I wouldn't even feel like myself, and then I'd go back to my room feeling drained. Yeah. So a lot of the times when I feel inauthentic is when my mental health and my physical health, when my health is not good, but I still have this desire to make people feel good, and so I'll just smile because I don't want to worry anybody.
Do you acknowledge your flaws or try to ignore them?
I acknowledge my flaws inwardly, and I try to ignore them outwardly. I know that... I try to acknowledge my flaws. I try to. I usually acknowledge them inwardly. I do a lot of internalizing just in everything that I do. Whether it be something that I'm excited about or not too happy about. So my flaws fall into that category. So I internalize my flaws and I try to ignore them outwardly because it's like a false confidence, and sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it. And I realized recently that I've been faking it more than making it. Tear. This has been a sad boy interview, hasn't it?
In Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton asks Aaron Burr, if you stand for nothing, what'll you fall for? What is something you would fall for?
I would fall for? I'm not that gullible. I'm just kidding. That was a bad joke. Still a joke, but a bad joke. What would I fall for? I'd fall for human equality. I would fall for that every time. Yeah. I've had a lot of really great opportunities in my life. I've been very blessed. But I really have. I've had a very great life, and I would fall for the rest of humanity to have half my good fortune. So, thank you.
Do you have any last words?
Any last words? The swing is very fun. This is gonna be very...
Is it on your knee? No, it's not on your knee anymore.
Wow! This interview is probably very similar and yet very different from the first one that I did.
Only one of the questions was answered the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Like, word for word, same way you said it, you answered the you regret not doing question, like, exactly. Like, the first line, I was like, is she just gonna recite? But no, you changed the wording for the rest of it, but the first sentence, I'm pretty sure it's like word for word.
I haven't watched that video in like a year, so I'm very predictable, I guess. Or maybe I'm just very regretful about that. Uh-oh. Thank you, Emily. This is always a joy.